Demetrius Andrade weighs in on Canelo. Hey, get the payday. You want payday? I know that. Fighting John Ryder, and let me just say, it's not pretty. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I am back with some more boxing. 2023, let's make it a good year. If you ever receive value from anything that I've put out, the content, then make sure you guys subscribe, share the video, leave a comment, like, the usual stuff. Now, Demetrius Andrade did an interview with The Boxing Voice, and he was speaking about Canelo rumored next opponent, which is John Ryder. I won't deny it, I'm a f***ing rider, you don't want to mess with me. He says, quote, just more BS, bro. That's just what it is. Just another easy fight for Canelo. Another situation for him to go in and say, I'm fighting the best. But come on, he's not the best. Nah, I did my thing. I did my Rocky Balboa-ish. I'm not going to rely on chasing down Canelo when Canelo don't want to do it. He'd rather fight John Ryder. And he's basically saying that he's not really worried about Canelo anymore because he sees what it is. And I'm just paraphrasing. He knows Canelo don't want to fight him. So he said there's other options. He said, I know the truth. You can't even ask Canelo questions because you can't have interviews with him. You can't give him real backlash because you'll never speak to him. I understand it's a business for everybody. Everybody wants conversations with people. But if you mention Demetrius Andrade, there is no conversation. There's no questions. Of course, he's the worst option when you have Jermall Charlo, when you have Demetrius Andrade, when you got a rematch with Bivol, when you got other champions like David Morrell in the same weight class as him. You sound like a Canelo fan over there. You rather see him fight John Ryder than Charlo because he's inactive. What kind of excuse is that? And that's what Demetrius Andrade said to one of the hosts. He says, I'm inactive too. What does that mean? Don't fight me? How much longer are we going to keep allowing this to happen? I understand that Canelo fought some people. Golden Boy did a great job of having him fight at the tail end of a lot of great fighters. Now everybody's tied up, so John Ryder is cool, bro. End quote. So that was, again, Demetrius Andrade with TBV, and that's what he said. And it's hard to really argue. Listen, I'm the best in the world. What can I say? Before the Bivol fight last year, so before May 2022, I told you that it is, in my opinion, in my assessment, the end of the Canelo era. Canelo saying meet era and face of boxing. And this is before he lost to Bivol. I told you and made a bold statement at the time because nobody else was saying this, but leave it to Ego Stradamus, the greatest to ever do it. And I told you, I just because Canelo, the decisions he's making, the way he's moving, I knew the Bivol fight could be difficult if Bivol was at his best, which it proved out to be because he lost to Bivol. It looks like, Canelo's time has come and gone. Coupled with the fact that what I've seen, and I don't know Canelo personally. Hey, payday, I was born ready. I don't know him personally, but from the outside looking in, he seems very distracted. He seems like he spends a lot of time with his family. That's cool, no biggie. But also, sometimes you're seeing him party. You're seeing him look sloppy drunk. You're seeing him golfing. And it's to the point where golf is a new challenge. And he's made and amassed a fortune and made a lot of money in the boxing game. It's hard to stay hungry. Marvin Hagler got the great quote. It's hard to get up at 4 a.m., 6 a.m. in the morning and run 7-8 miles in silk pajamas. And it's hard. Floyd Mayweather proves time and time again to me that he was just different. He was just an anomaly because how do you stay motivated for 22 plus years at the highest level when people, they're looking to make a name off you? Everyone wanted to fight Floyd when he became Money Mayweather, and just the level of discipline is insane. Still not putting no poison in your body, drinking, smoking, doing drugs and things like that. And keep in mind, Floyd's pedigree, his family, he got family members and stuff that did delve into the drug side or the drinking side, or his dad was in jail and he managed to remain disciplined despite seeing those things. So you got to give props to Floyd Mayweather. But Canelo, he looks like, I'm not going to say he has vices, but it looks like he's just like almost content. And then with decisions like this, these aren't the type of fans, like, just literally answer my question. And I know y'all can't because I'm the greatest in the world. When it comes to Canelo, look at all of his fights on DAZN. So exclude the Caleb Plant fight because that was on Showtime. Tell me that majority of those fights were the fights you wanted to see Canelo fight at that time. Because he hasn't fought Beterbiev, hasn't fought Jamal Charlo after all these years, haven't fought Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade, hasn't fought Beterbiev or David Morrell Jr., David Benavidez, none of these guys. Still to this day, you can't say this DAZN run. So DAZN, to me, they're foolish because they're allowing Canelo to rob the bank, overpaying him to fight these opposition. And, you know, I know some people, especially the Chupapi Muñeños, the Canelo fans, they're going to say, oh, but Demetrius Andrade, you know, who has he fought? Like, granted, Demetrius Andrade's resume is not stellar, but it's a significant difference. And just like a court case, if you were a judge, you got to take it on a case-by-case basis. You got to look at all the facts being presented and then see what makes sense. Demetrius Andrade wasn't given a silver spoon. Demetrius Andrade is heavily avoided and has been the case for some reason. I'm not saying he's made all the perfect business decisions because I don't think he has, like teaming up with Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn hasn't produced any American stars. So I could give the fair objective criticism to Andrade as well, but he's not in the position of Canelo. Canelo's at a point in his career, and has been the case for a while, where he can pick and choose anybody throughout boxing. So given if Demetrius Andrade had that type of carte blanche, if he had that type of power, that say so, where he can more so manage his career and people were chomping at the bit to fight him, then I would say it's the same as Canelo. But we know that's not the case. Canelo right now, and this has been the case, last fight, he could have fought, instead of fighting Bivol, or a couple fights ago, instead of fighting Bivol, he could have fought on PBC against David Benavidez or Jamal Charlo or Errol Spence. All would have been bigger fights and blockbuster fights, but he chose Bivol, who is a guy who ultimately beat him, and he doesn't have the same fanfare. So Bivol's a great fighter, but it doesn't make this exciting, scintillating event. And then on top of that, Bivol beat you, and instead of rematching him, you're talking about John Ryder. And conveniently, Canelo, Chupapi Muñeños, they always have an excuse. You know, Canelo, he's coming off hand surgery. It's always something. You know, Canelo, he's been inactive. He fought 4 times. Yeah, but who is he fighting? He fought 1 year, and he was fighting Yildirim's and guys like that we knew he was going to beat. So, yeah, you can fight more. You know, it always seems to be something with Canelo. And it's funny to hear the Canelo fans, they say stuff like, he'll get to your boy Charlo, he'll get to your boy Andrade. They've been saying that for years, and he hasn't got to my boy, you know, and that's code words anyway. Why is Andrade my boy? Why is Charlo my boy? And despite anything else, if he's going to get to my boy, when is that going to happen? Because y'all been saying that since 154 pounds, and then 160, and then now 168, and he's not getting to my boy. He's undisputed at 168, and he's not fighting the guys that I want to see him fight. David Benavidez, you know, fight David Morrell Jr., fight Demetrius Andrade, fight Jamal Charlo, right? And I would pick all those guys to beat John Ryder. I'm not Eddie Hearn, so I've never ranked John Ryder. I thought he lost to Danny Jacobs, and they robbed Jacobs because it was a hometown robbery, you know? So I don't rate John Ryder as this beast. You know, I don't know about the other dude, Zach Parker. I didn't even really barely know who he was. Man, stop playing with me. So Canelo, you know, his stock is just rapidly dropping. Go fight in the UK. Go fight John Ryder. Enjoy. You know, Demetrius Andrade said his focus is Charlo, and I think it needs to be, because at this point, Canelo already said, I'll never fight you, and you're a horrible fighter, but then turns around and he can fight Yildirim. Yildirim, Pilgrim, or whatever his name is, he's not a horrible fighter. He's great. He's up for the task. You know, John Ryder, who should have lost to Jacobs, a guy Canelo beat, he's not a horrible fighter. But then when Andrade pull up to Canelo, he says, you're horrible, I'll never fight you. So we know what that means. And I'm out. Introducing Super Thanks. Right here on the official Boxingego YouTube. Super Thanks allows you, the viewers, to show a little bit of extra gratitude, which enables me as a full-time content creator to push out the content you need in the world of boxing. Underneath all the videos, you will see a heart with the $sign in it. You can enter any amount that you find suitable as a super thanks. A brand new, interactive, and colorful way to get your comments highlighted and noticed by not only myself, but other people on the YouTube platform. Super thanks, a unique and cool way to show and applaud us full-time content creators. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Super thanks. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We working.